I've had a bit of an idea circling my head of what if we do a Stonks build, So what I've gone ahead and started off with today is 3 Omega Orbs and 3 Swolt Orbs, although I accidentally did just discard one before starting to record. So that's why it shows me having the one extra Omega Orb than Swolt Orb. So that's kind of that reasoning there. Apologies on the front, but I think it's going to be an interesting one because it's going to be a complete fight the entire time between are my pegs going to be strong or are they going to be horrible? I'm also going to try and limit myself from discarding at any point because I feel like you can't really control when your stonks are going up or down, and it looks like they're gonna go up a little bit more, and I'll try and take every single one that I find just for the sole reason of that seems fitting, it seems absolutely fitting for the challenge. Your aimer is longer and displays an additional bounce. Ooh, cool. That might be helpful for dodging some of the stuff. And so I think both of these two on the right are kind of decent. So I'm gonna head over that way, see if I can't get into one of them. And okay, flying enemies are attacked horizontally, allowing for improved targeting. In short, that just means useless relic that won't ever be used, pretty much. Aside from maybe yeah, I guess these do have overflow, so it might actually get some use out of it. I didn't think of that, but I still don't think it's going to be too great regardless. See if I can't get into the refresh here. It's not looking too promising, unless I do something. Maybe this might be able to get into the refresh. There we go, Unicorn Horn coming really in handy there. And I will be able to fix my entire curve from the horrible setup that my Omega Orb left it as. Hopefully for the next shot, I should be able to kill it on the next one, especially if I get a crit. If not, it might be a little bit harder. But it looks like I'm looking good there. And you know what? I will just skip all these orbs. Now, okay. Activated crits also refreshing the board I feel like is worse, but I also feel like it could be a lot more fun because then I'm getting a lot more refreshes so my pegs are more in flux all the time. So I'm gonna go with that one. Was it the best decision? Probably not. Was it the decision I went with? Absolutely. Anything for the greater good of the run. And I think this will just be a little bit more fun anyhow. Okay. Let's see if I can't snag. I did snag a refresh, or not a refresh there. Well, I did, but what I meant to say was a crit there. I think I've lost my train of thought. Whatever. I'm just 2 more bombs, and I'll be right in the clear now. The front one's already down, but it's gonna act as a wall here. See if I can't get this bomb here. Very nice. Looking good. And now, I'm gonna I'm gonna try and level everything up equally, so every time I also give an upgrade to a Swolt Orb, I'm gonna give one to an Omega Orb. So the next one is going to go to the Omega Orb. I feel like this is more reasonable to control what's getting what. But I think it would have been fine regardless. Let's see. Probably want. Oh, I just said I wasn't going to skip anything, and then I go ahead and skip it. It's not too bad. At least the entire inner bit here is fully just gone at this point. I definitely need to hit probably a crit. Okay, that's not so great. That is really not so great. Is this actually even going to do any damage? Well, it fixed some of the curve up anyway. And I guess it's actually going to be used. This flying enemies can be attacked horizontally thing? Not really. It was, I mean, in theory it would have been good. That was not so great. Let's see if I can't get myself into that little bomb pocket right there. And there we go. Looking really fun. And probably just want to finish this front guy off, remove a little bit of damage before going for anything else, and honestly, it's probably going to be better to avoid the bombs for now. I'm always in a toss-up on if bombs are worth it or not on this map, and this time it does not seem like it was. So, back to another Swole Torb. I'm actually going to upgrade it to level 3 on the case of a duplication, but that's kind of regardless, I think it would have been fine. Let's see. Light Chef Refreshing also grants a crit. Now I got both the potions. That's good. It's not bad. Definitely pretty good. And I got another one where bombs are always questionable if they're good or not. But I'm starting off with some pretty strong pegs. 3s all through the middle is a really good sign. And most of everything is out already, so perfectly fine to hit a bomb there. Maybe I'll be able to even hit another. Does not seem like it, but that's more than fine. Let's see. Can I could just double bounce into this bomb. I think that's probably better than the average shots I've got going on here, because it's doing 50 to everything. And for the most part, I think that's more than enough. It's gonna leave them all with 10 or 11, I guess? I think the other one had, so I'm not sure. But we're looking real good there. Okay, last upgrade on the Omega Orb. Looking good. Okay, so here's the question. Probably just like... No! Oh no, that's super annoying. I lose one relic. I guess that's not the worst thing in the world, but it is annoying to say the least. Hopefully I can get through this fight at least somewhat easily. I thought for sure I was going to be able to make it in that, but that's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate, in fact. Let's see, probably can hit this. Hopefully it makes it down to the bomb down below without hitting that, but nah, whatever. Not too big of a deal. I'm not all that worried at all. I'm actually going to, for that relic earlier on that I thought was going to be useless, is actually going to come in fairly handy here. It's a bunch of them. I'm not sure how this one didn't die. It hit everything except for that one, which is kind of weird. But hey, I'm not questioning it too much. Looks like I'm gonna be more than fine with this fight, which is really good to see. And probably, I think I need to head this way. I don't know. Yes, I do. And this time, I'm definitely getting down this way, so I'm definitely gonna get this elite fight coming up, which is really good. That is what I am after mainly here. Not quite able to kill that, but with the help of a couple of exploding things, I will be able to. And there we go. Hit a couple of bombs there, and there we go. End of that fight. Swole Torb time. I think the last one I upgraded was the Omega Orb. So, here we go. Just keep on moving up. I probably should have gone the other way now that I'm thinking about it, but the refresh ended up in a really good spot, so it sets up my next shot very, very well, especially considering there is also a crit up there. Really good to see that. Hopefully the crit moves up there as well. It does. Very nice. Very nice, in fact. Killing this Minotaur way before it even gets to me. That's what I like to see. And upgrade one more Omega Orb. Attack scanning +1/+1 would be neat. Bombs dealing +15 damage I think would be better. Well... Yeah, no, bombs dealing +15 damage is probably better. Although, it was a toss-up for me on if that's what I was going to go with or not. Mainly because I was like, well, I don't know. I don't know. I felt like maybe the orb might have been better to go with. The orb buff thing. But, who knows. That was a tough call. Bombs are always just really good in general, so I'm not too upset with my decision there. So I'll send my Swole Orb down this way. It did hit a bomb. Wasn't a great one. I was really hoping it could hit a refresh, or a crit would be in a decent spot at the very least. But neither were true. At least I hit another bomb there. Again though, no crit in a good spot. No, there we go, finally. Really strong pegs down this right-hand side. Love to see that. Let's see, down we go. Big shot there. That was a really good, really great shot there, in fact. If I hit a bomb, that would be great. Removes a lot of chip damage. Not quite going to. This middle section, it has gotten so unlucky with how it's been hit. Like, I'm seeing a -7. That's really funny. But one more bomb and I'll be able to finish it off here. So I'm not too worried. Especially considering one more just opened up right there. Very nice. Looking good. I'm going to skip this. I would like to try the Restore at some point, but not today. Let's see. All orbs gain +0/+4, but boards contain 1 less refresh. I think that's more or less fine, because my crits are refreshing as well, so I'm not too worried. I still have 3 refreshes on the board. For +0/+4, I think that's well worth it. And it kind of shows with the 715 Omega Orb right off the start, or the 2-8 Swole Orb. So regardless of how the pegs are looking, I think if I'm hitting crits, I think I'll be more or less fine, but it definitely could get better. Like, if I had found the Glorious Suffering there, absolutely would have taken that. That would have fit in too perfectly. And that's the one that gives you lower stats for increasing peg damage over time, which, I mean, that's pretty... I feel like that just fits in perfectly. Another Swole Orb, though. Gonna have to take that. I think I'd rather have another Omega Orb than another Swole Orb, or neither, but I think it's fine. Here we go. I'm going to hit the crits there. I should be fine. Because of the overflow on this, I think it should make it through everything. It does. Not quite the back guy, but I wasn't really expecting it to anyway, so that's fine. Everything here dies though, so we're looking good. One last enemy to go. There's no real good spots to hit this refresh. There we go. Somehow managed to hit it there. Not questioning it. It just works. It just works. And let's see. Probably have to upgrade another Swole Orb. I don't know, I've lost track already of what I'm upgrading and what I'm not. Next one's gonna be an Omega Orb. Gotta remember that. Finish that one off. Just gotta hit... I do have to still hit all 4 of these, I believe, because it'll be 195 after this. Little unfortunate, but not too great. These pegs are actually getting very strong very quickly now. They're going up a little faster than the Omega Orbs, taking them down in general, not fully. The overall aspect of this is actually pretty good, I think. The build's actually going a lot better than I expected it to, because when I was thinking of it, I was like, is that going to be fine? And it does look like it is, so I'm really happy. That came out of nowhere! What? That's so unfortunate. Taking a two navigation damage. Duplicate an orb. You know, I'm gonna duplicate my Omega Orb, level 3. I feel like I just have too few of those right now, so I'll make up for that. Decoy Orb. Enemies don't get their extra turn for your first reload. I don't think that's really happening too much, but I mean, it might help. Okay, let's see. I think this fight is going to be fine. I'm doing a lot of damage here, and all my Swoltorbs were really early on, so my pegs going into my Omega Orbs should be really, really quite good. And I'm already doing 200 per on the Omega Orbs, or the Swoltorbs, which are not even close to as good as the Omega Orbs. Definitely hit this crit here, which is really good. There we go. A 300 damage shot I will gladly take, plus a bomb on top. I don't think I'm going to hit a crit here, that's fine. Would have done 4 times damage if I did, which is really sad, but it's fine. This is doing 917. Huge. It's only doing 9. Okay, great. I missed the crit completely. That's less great. I'm starting to get a little worried. I thought I was already gonna be dead by now, but I keep missing crits. There we go. Now I'm very, very confident I'll be fine. Everything's looking up. There we go. Kind of a last minute kill, but you know what, that's fine. Every 4 times the board is refreshed, randomly gain 1 muster coal or 1 spiness. I think that's gonna be the best. I am refreshing kind of often with how often I'm hitting crits, but not too big of a deal. I don't really want to flip the chip, so I'm gonna leave. I would rather go anywhere, honestly. I'm gonna try and go into the middle after this, I believe. Because I'm high health, deal full damage to enemies with resistances. Sure, I don't think that's actually going to affect me anymore unless I find enemies with shields, which may happen. But I don't think, I'm not too worried about that right now. Okay, looking good. Front one dies for sure, and then the rest of them all get fairly weak, which is really good. If this hits the crit, it doesn't. Probably would have killed 2 if it hit a crit there, but I didn't really aim for them, so I can't really get too upset about not hitting them. Yeah, there we go. Taking 6 damage is less than ideal, but not too big of a deal. Taking 12 more is kind of annoying, especially considering I have another one I have to get through after this. Please somehow hit a crit. It does not. Crits have not been in the best of spots this fight whatsoever, which is really quite sad. Except for that one, that was in a really good spot, and it does finish it off there. If I heal once more, I don't actually get to take any extra hits from the boss here, so I am just going to upgrade my Omega Orb to level 3 and call it a day. Excuse me. Dash to the flames. There we go. Unless, of course, it does 35. I thought it only did 30, though. Oh, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I did make a mistake here. That would be unfortunate. I would rather I did not make a mistake, in fact, believe it or not. But I'm starting off pretty weak. Okay, so it does only do 30. That is what I expected it to do. So I'm quite okay with that. I do feel like I might not make it out of here alive, but I don't know. We'll see. Especially if that keeps happening, then I definitely won't. I'm going to try and line it up so that I end up back towards the middle. It didn't happen, but I think that's fine. At least it happened on a... I didn't hit a bomb there, which is really upsetting, but that's fine. I hit this one here, so that does make up for it a little, I guess. But it's gonna just go straight down the side, isn't it? Yep. I'm really not confident about this fight, guys. I'll be honest. My pegs, well, they're looking pretty good. I just haven't been able to hit any refreshes. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. This is really not looking good whatsoever. At least it doesn't get its one free reload, one free turn, right, guys? Right? Oh no. Please stay over on the Swoltorb side. Didn't really matter. Didn't hit the crit. This needs to do 1300 damage, which I just don't see it doing. Really sad to see. I could have definitely gotten out of this if I had a little bit more health going into it. I feel like this one is kind of really hard if you don't have healing. But anyways, I'm gonna have to call it there because I am barely, like, I'm not really keeping great commentary with how I'm feeling. So anyways, see ya.